नमस्कार आपण समस्त को यही वीडियो बहुत बहुत स्वागत। तो आज वीडियो में आपण सहित +3 पॉलिटिकल साइंस ऑनर्स रो कोर पेपर 11 रो यूनिट 3 जहाँकि लॉक एंड रूसो चैप्टर समस्त 1 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन हम डिस्कस करबा। एथिरे हम समस्त इंपोर्टेंट 1 मार्क्स क्वेश्चन डिस्कस करबा। आ पूर्व मध्य मु यूनिट 1 और यूनिट 2 रो ऑलरेडी वीडियो बना साची, जो माने देखनांती से माने प्ले लिस्ट रे देखि परिबे। तो फर्स्ट टाइम देखिबा Locke was born in days. Locke was born in 1632 AD. Was रिंगटन ओके 1632 AD रे रिंगटन रे लॉक जन्मग्रहण करथिले। जॉन लॉक had intimate link with this ना जॉन लॉक had intimate link with लॉन आस्ली। His book Two Treatises of Government was published in this ना जॉन लॉक को बुक जो थिला Two Treatises of Government was published in 1698 बा 1690 रे एहा पब्लिश होतिला। लॉक वाज ग्रेटली इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय दिस। लॉक वाज ग्रेटली इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय ग्लोरियस रिवोल्यूशन जहाँकि 1688 ଥିଲା। ତାହା ଦ୍ୱାରା ସେ କ'ଣ ଇନଫ୍ଲୁଏନ୍ସ ହୋଇଥିଲେ, ଲକ୍ ମାନେ ପ୍ରଭାବିତ ହୋଇଥିଲେ। In the glorious revolution, absolute monarchy was replaced by this na responsible government. Locke borrowed the theory of consent and theory of contract from this na Hooker. The treatise of Locke is a gun with the two barrels on one directed against Flimmer and the other against Hobbes. This view is na Bhagun view this. Locke views on the state of nature and the logical extension of his view of this na human nature. Locke's view on the state of nature and logical extension of his view of human nature. The law of nature was based on the principle of this. The law of nature was based on the principle of equality. Equality ऊपर जो law of nature टा कौन बेस होची जो सिद्धांत। Locke social contract is based on the days of the people. Law social contract is based on the consent of the people. Locke designates this power as the supreme power of the commonwealth. Na legislative power is of the supreme power of commonwealth. Locke is considered as the philosopher of government is. Locke is considered as the philosopher of government is parliamentary. Locke considered this as the best government. Locke considered as democracy गणतंत्र होची best government बा सरकार। Locke considered as the institution of private property was as a days for individual liberties na guarantee. Locke considered the institution of private property as a days for individual liberty na guarantee. Okay. Locke says the natural rights are days to the state na prior. Locke says the natural rights are the prior to the state. State is created for days of natural rights. State is created for the protection of natural rights. Locke assigns to the state purely days function. Locke assigns the state purely negative function. His faith is in this theory of a pointer of his individualism and pleasure and pain. Also, Locke emphasized that the people are the source of all authority. He is regarded as the father of this and liberalism. Locke हम जानते हैं Locke सब कौन liberalism रो father हम जानते हैं आखिर। Rousseau was born in this. Rousseau was born in 1712 1712 okay January जन्मग्रहण करते। Man is born free but everywhere he is in chains is viewed by this. Rousseau एटा हम कौन political जो साइंस हम पढ़ते democracy सब रे जो fast plot रे मध्य में जो concept आस्तेला man is born free but everywhere he is in chains viewed by Rousseau. Rousseau borrowed the idea of death from Montesquieu na constitutional. Rousseau borrowed the idea of constitutionalism from Montesquieu. He borrowed the idea of natural right, the sovereignty of community, theory of consent from John Locke. The Discourse of Arts and Science was published in this. The Discourse of Arts and Science was published in 1749 AD. Next time देखिबा Rousseau writing an introduction to political economy was published in this na 1758 1758 AD रे Rousseau को an introduction to political economy कौन publish ହେଲା। The social contract was published in this. The social contract published in 1760 AD. The email is published in 1762 AD. Rousseau with the help of history followed this method. Now Rousseau with the help of history followed by impartial method. Rousseau is considered as the father of this. Now Rousseau is considered the father of romanticism. The social contract gives rise to this. The social contract gives rise to organic society. According to Rousseau को हिसाब रे the contract leads this and this transformation of individual. Now according to Rousseau को हिसाब रे the contract leads material and moral transformation of individual. According to Rousseau, this was the will which was selfish irrational and thought of the good of individual alone without the welfare of the society na actual will. According to Rousseau, actual will was the will of which was selfish, irrational and thought of the good of the individual alone without the welfare of the society. To Rousseau, this was higher, nobler and supreme, which implied the person to think of the well-being of the individual real will. Actual will କ'ଣ ସେଇଟା ୱିଥାଉଟ୍ ୱେଲଫେୟାର ଅଫ୍ ଦି ସୋସାଇଟି, କିନ୍ତୁ ରିଏଲ୍ ୱିଲ୍ରେ ୱେଲବିଙ୍ଗ ଅଫ୍ ଦି ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲ, ଏହା କ'ଣ ଇଣ୍ଡିଭିଜୁଆଲର କ'ଣ ଭଲ ହେଉଛି ରିଏଲ୍ ୱିଲ୍ରେ। ଦ ଡେସ୍ ଅଫ୍ ଦି Rousseau was based on the sum total of real wills of individual. The general will of Rousseau was based on the sum of total real wills of the individual. Rousseau vests sufficient power to this. Rousseau vests sufficient power to general will on community. Rousseau sufficient house Levinas with its head chopped off is viewed by Bhagan. Okay. Rousseau line emphasized on the principle of the common good, common interest, general will developed the concept of nation state. Rousseau was a devotee of death sovereignty. Rousseau was devotee on popular sovereignty. Rousseau died in 1770 AD. 1778 AD ରେ ରୁଷୋ କ'ଣ ମୃତ୍ୟୁବରଣ କରିଥିଲେ। Rousseau's writing stood for the abolition of rights for the death and favored the extension to the middle and lower middle classes na privileged classes. Okay. ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ ଆମେ କିଛି ୱାନ୍ ୱାର୍ଡ଼ ଆନ୍ସର ଦେଖିବା। ଫାର୍ଷ୍ଟ ଆମେ ଦେଖିବା When did Locke was born? 1620 1632 ଲକ୍ ଜନ୍ମଗ୍ରହଣ କରିଥିଲେ। କୋଉଠି ନା ଇଂଲଣ୍ଡରେ। ଜନ୍ ଲକ୍ had intimate link with କ'ଣ ଲର୍ଡ ଏସ୍ଲି। When did Locke say return writing ଟୁ treatise of government was published? ନା 1690 ଟୁ treatise of government ପବ୍ଲିଶ ହୋଇଥିଲା। To whom with it did Locke greatly influence? ନା glorious revolution जो 1688 ହୋଇଥିଲା ତାହା ଦ୍ୱାରା କ'ଣ ଲକ୍ ବହୁତ ପ୍ରଭାବିତ ହୋଇଥିଲେ। What is the nature of human being? Locke ନା peace loving ହେଉଛି nature human nature ଲଙ୍କ ହିସାବରେ। Which is the logical extension of Locke's view on human nature? Na state of nature is logical extension of Locke's view of human nature. What type of condition is considered by Locke as the state of nature? Na pre-political condition is the concept by Locke or the state of nature. What was the most important feature of Locke's social contract? Na unanimous. What do you mean by once the public have entered into contract they can not revert back to the state of nature? Na irrevocable. Okay. How many powers had the state assumed by Locke? John Locke? Na three legislative, executive and federative. Which is the supreme power of the Commonwealth as depicted by John Locke? Na legislative power, the supreme power of the Commonwealth as depicted by Locke. On behalf of which power of the state protect the interest of the community and individual? Na federative power रे state कौन करछि ना तार protect the interest of the community and individual को से protect करछि। For which type of power government Locke and had a strong plea? Na constitutional and limited government. For whom does the state exist as to Locke? Na people. From people the state exist as to Locke ମାନେ ଲୋକମାନଙ୍କ ପାଇଁ state ରହିଛି ତାଙ୍କ ଲଙ୍କ ହିସାବରେ ଲକ୍ ହିସାବରେ। How does the government is in a constitutional state? ନା according to law ହିସାବରେ କ'ଣ ସରକାର ସବୁ constitutional stateକୁ ସବୁ କ'ଣ ଇଏ କରୁଛନ୍ତି ପରିଚାଳନା କରୁଛନ୍ତି। Which type of functions is assigned to Locke state? Na negative functions is assigned to Locke's state. What does vapor say to Locke state? Na transformable state is vapor state to Locke state. Locke considered the institution of private property as a guarantee for whom? Na individual liberty. The government is based on the what concept of people? Na the government is based on the concept of the people. How all the actions of individual are motivated as Locke na desire for pleasure and avoid pain long ko hisab re. What is the essential precondition for the preservation of the individual freedom? Na division of power. Which concept of his thought is very well designed from his view on revolution and he faith in pleasure and pain theory na individuality basis re ye sabu hoji. Who is considered as the father of liberalism? John Locke is considered as the father of liberalism. When did Locke die? 1704 ରେ ଲକ୍ ମୃତ୍ୟୁବରଣ କରିଥିଲେ। Where did Rousseau born? 1721 ଜେନେଭା ରୁଷୋ ଜନ୍ମଗ୍ରହଣ କରିଥିଲେ। What was the main work of Rousseau? The email 1762 ଇମେଲ ହେଉଛି ରୁଷୋଙ୍କର ମେନ୍ ୱାର୍କ ବା କାମ। When did the Discourse of World Science publish ନା 1749 1749 ଡିସ୍କୋର୍ସ ପବ୍ଲିଶ ହେଇଥିଲା। 1765 ସୋସିଆଲ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ ପବ୍ଲିଶ ହୋଇଥିଲା। ଆଉ କ'ଣ ଦ ସୋସିଆଲ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ ରିଟର୍ନ ଅଫ୍ ରୁସୋ ରୁସୋ ଲେଖିଥିଲେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ୍ ଆବାଉଟ୍ ହ୍ୱାଟ୍ ମ୍ୟାଟର ନା ପଲିଟିକାଲ ଫିଲୋସଫି। ସୋସିଆଲ କଣ୍ଟ୍ରାକ୍ଟ ପଲିଟିକାଲ ଫିଲୋସଫି ଉପରେ ଏକ୍ସପ୍ଲେନ୍ କରିଛି ଦର୍ଶଉଛି। ହୁ ୱାଜ୍ ଦ କନସେପ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ଫାଦର ଅଫ୍ ରୋମାଣ୍ଟିସିଜମ୍ ନା ରୁସୋ ୱାଜ୍ ଦ କନସେପ୍ଟ ଅଫ୍ ଦ ଫାଦର ଅଫ୍ ରୋମାଣ୍ଟିସିଜମ୍। ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ କ୍ୱେଶ୍ଚନ୍ ଆସିପାରେ। ହାଉ ଡଜ୍ ରୁସୋ ଡେସ୍କ୍ରାଇବ୍ ହ୍ୟୁମାନ୍ ନେଚର ନା ନୋବେଲ ସ୍ଲେଭ୍ସ ସାଭେଜ ନୋବେଲ ସାଭେଜ ଓକେ। How many stages does Rousseau advise about the state of nature? Na two, pre-property and post-property. Which is an idea stage of state of nature? Na pre-property stage. What is the outcome of the research and unvariable condition of a post-property stage of nature? Na social contract. What is the outcome of contract? Na organic society is the outcome of the contract. The sum total of the all real will of individual which were based on the reason and fastings of individual are called what na general will of Rousseau. What is the subdivision of Rousseau concept of na absolute subdivision of Rousseau concept of who is considered as the most controversial political thinker in modern times na Rousseau is considered as the most controversial political thinker in modern times। तो नेक्स्ट टाइम देखिए जेएस मिल इन काल मास सब इंपोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन हम देखिए। थैंक यू।